Welcome to Three and Out with Jason and Kevin. I'm Jason. That's Kevin. We are brought to you by CincyJungle.com, SB Nation Cincinnati Bengals site, and sponsored by Eastgate Smiles Dental Care. We're on the Orange and Black Insider. It's on YouTube, anywhere you get podcasts. There's a lot of great shows. There's OBI. There's Chalk Talk. There's Bengal Jim, Talking Football with Bengal Jim and friends. So like I said, smash the like, follow on YouTube, and then anywhere you stream podcasts, they're on there as well. Kevin, how's it going?
Going good, man. Burrow's back, baby.
He's back. He's back. He's back. It's wonderful.
It is.
I think, I didn't really think about the only thing I thought about today was the release of the 53-man roster and who's going to be at practice squad, on the practice squad and stuff like that. And I just kind of blanked on me that they were going to practice today.
Yeah.
And then I saw the reporters all on Twitter saying we're all lined up to see if Joe Burrow's going to practice. And then that first tweet that showed him walking up, shoulder pads, everything, no wrap on his leg.
Yep.
Chef's kiss. Great. Made my day.
Wasn't worried at all, but also you're always a little worried.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Now
good news.
Now just get the contract thing finished, and I'll sleep well at night. Finish the contract and I'll sleep. That's what
People who know what they're talking about do not seem worried. I know. Do not know what I'm talking about, especially as far as the inner workings of that front office are concerned. Yeah. And I put on a brave face, Jason, and I tell my friends and my family that there's nothing to be worried about.
But deep down inside,
I'm a big brave boy about it. I'm a big brave boy about it.
But deep down inside,
I'm scared,
you're
Jason.
A scared little boy, little toddler. It's all right. I think it'll get done. I do not want week one here without him signing on the paper.
Brave face. It won't happen. He's signing tomorrow. I'm calling it. I'm calling my shot.
Yeah. All right, cool. Tomorrow being Friday when they're listening to this, or tomorrow being Thursday?
Tomorrow being Friday. I'm going to give myself an extra.
Okay. All right. And you can change your mind if he actually signs tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. What were we going to say?
We're talking 53. We're talking the 53-man roster. We want to compare it to just briefly with our opening projections. We did one a little while back, right after the draft. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I don't really remember it. I know Yoshi didn't make the team.
Nope.
So I do not think it's going to be very good.
No.
But I want to poke fun at ourselves a little bit and then move on to just what we think about the team, practice squad, etc. What do you think, Jason?
Yep. So I do want to say the 53-man roster prediction that we did last week, we were really close.
Yeah.
We were very close. The only people, I don't think there's any reason to really talk about that because of how close we were, but the only people that we missed, we had Carmen getting cut.
Right.
Okay. We had Sharping, Smith, we had Ben Brown and Cody Ford instead of Trey Hill.
Yep.
Cody Ford.
And we had Stanley Morgan as one of the wide receivers.
I'm
still shocked that Stanley Morgan got cut.
We also had Stanley Morgan as on the wide receivers. We had Hudson over Wilcox.
That's right, we did.
We had the corners right. We had the safeties right. We had the linebackers right. But we had the linebackers right back the first time too. We've known the linebacker.
That's not on us. Anybody. I mean, those weren't going to be the linebackers. That's not
right. So we did really well in the defense. It was just the offensive line and wide receivers. But yeah, the first one was before the first preseason game, back after the draft in June, and it was not good. So we'll start there. So obviously we knew Joe Burrow was going to make the team. We picked Trevor Siemian over Jake Browning. But
I mean, they just signed him.
They just signed him. It made sense. So that was the first one. Okay. We had Mixon making the team, Chase Brown making the team, Travion Williams making the team. We had Chris Evans cut because at the time we were saying he never gets on the field.
Yeah.
He's never going to be there, whatever. He played really well this preseason, especially as a runner. And, did decently well as a pass blocker. So
and Travion Williams getting hurt. I know he's back in the field now, but Travion Williams getting hurt. Plus Chase Brown not really having a chance to show out. I think kind of forced the hand on keeping 4 running backs. Might have been the plan anyways, but at least solidified it.
Yep. And then we go to
tight end.
With
those wide receivers. Oh, we're going to tight end.
Oh, tight end. This is where it really starts to go off the rails. You ready for this?
Yeah.
So Irv Smith,
sure.
check. Drew Sample, check. we had Devin Asiasi making it over Wilcox and Tanner Hudson. I don't know what the hell we were thinking.
I don't know what that, but yeah, I
had
nothing.
Had not been re-signed, so there was that, and we knew nothing about Tanner Hudson.
That's true.
But so we were just working with what we had. But yeah, that was
not a good look.
Asiasi didn't make the practice squad. He's just released. So, all right. So then we go to wide receiver. Okay. First, I want to say that we argued with each other about having 5 wide receivers, and that was it. About not having a 6th wide receiver. I was like, well, I mean, like the big 3 are going to be on the field almost all the time, and then you got Irwin. Like that's really all they need, and like it was just don't listen to it. There's no reason to listen to it because it was asinine. But yeah, all right.
And so here I am shocked they didn't keep 7. But
yeah, I know. Chase, Higgins, Boyd, obviously. We had Charlie Jones.
Yep.
Okay. Trent Irwin and Stanley Morgan. Okay.
Yeah.
So we did come back and make 6, which we were right on.
We cut. We did cut Trent Taylor.
We cut Trent Taylor, which we were right about.
Good. All right.
And we cut Josievich, which
I remember that.
Yeah, it was terrible. So really, we only missed one here, but it was one of the biggest bright spots of the preseason. It was a big one.
Yeah,
a really big one. All right. So offensive line, okay. Brown, Volson, Karras, Kappa, Williams. We knew that. We said Carmen would make it. We said Adeniji would make it, which we were wrong about that because Deontay Smith made it.
Yeah,
we said
to be fair,
Ben
Deontay
Brown.
Smith showed out a little bit, and
he did.
Adeniji, they've traditionally really liked. Yeah, go ahead.
So then we chose Ben Brown, Cody Ford. So we were wrong on 2 of these. Adeniji didn't make it, and take Ben Brown out and put in Trey Hill.
I still think Ben Brown should have made it over Trey Hill, but whatever.
I don't know. All right, so that's the offense. Okay. That's the offense. Defensive end, we had Hendrickson, Hubbard, Murphy, Osai, Sample, and Terrell Basham. Terrell Basham got cut like 4 days before he didn't even make last. So he was out. I'm gonna look and see what they did actually here at defensive end. So let's see. At defensive end, they ended up keeping Hendrickson, Hubbard, Murphy, Osai, Sample. Yeah, so we got the 5. They just didn't.
We just added in.
Yeah, they just didn't keep Basham. So, and then at defensive tackle, we had Reeder, Hill, Zach Carter, Josh Tupou, Jay Tufele, which is exactly what they did. Tupou, Tufele, Reeder, Hill, Zach Carter. And then, like I said, at linebacker, we got that. We've nailed that.
Sure.
Logan Wilson, Jermaine Pratt, Akeem Davis-Gaither, Bailey, and Bocce. And then for cornerback, we said Awuzie, Cam Taylor-Britt, Hilton, DJ Turner, Jalen Davis, and instead of DJ Ivey, who was a 7th-round pick, we took Sidney Jones, who they had just signed. DJ Ivey went off in preseason.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of that at all. I don't think anybody could pick how well DJ Ivey looked in the preseason. And they had just signed Sidney Jones. What are we going to do here?
Yep. All right.
I was going to say we can't tell the future, but that was exactly what we were attempting to do on that podcast. Sure. So I guess you can.
We did better. We did. There was a couple big misses, but we did better than I thought. Safety was Dax Hill, Nick Scott, Jordan Battle. We did say they were going to keep Michael Thomas and Tyson Anderson. So they're going to keep 5 safeties. That's where we lost our running back.
Yeah.
Chris Evans. So we said they were going to keep Tyson Anderson. Michael Thomas got cut. Tyson Anderson made the team. And then we were right about specialists, Evan McPherson, Brad Robbins, Cal Adamitis. So overall, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 that we missed.
Sure.
Out of 53, it's not bad. It's not bad. Now, the ones that we missed, Asiasi was a big one. Adeniji was a big one. Terrell Basham was a big one. So, but yeah, I mean, I think we did pretty good. Yeah, we got the core of the team. But yeah, so that's where our first prediction went. And like I said, the second prediction, we only missed like 2.
Yeah, it ain't worth going over. We got really close.
No, we did.
All right. You want to jump to commercial, and then we will
just share our thoughts
what we think of the current team.
We're going to talk about the practice squad, too. So,
yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Eastgate Smiles Dental Care is a warm and welcoming environment where expertise and customer service come together. As a local business, they love helping their fellow Cincinnatians manage their oral health and achieve a perfect smile. They pair the latest technology with years of experience to give you a smile worth showing off. They are dedicated to quality and convenience and can even perform dental crown procedures the same day in most cases. You like your smile, but they are here to help you love it. They personalize your care and match your needs. Call them today at 513-528-1150 to learn what they can do for your pearly whites.
Welcome back. So the Bengals got down to their 53-man roster. They also signed 14 of the 16 practice squad players so far. You want to go ahead and go through those?
I think there's only a few. I mean, we can go through the whole thing, but there's only a few that I
really want to talk about.
Are truly of note.
Okay.
Tanner Hudson, I wanted him to make the 53. At least we managed to get him on the practice squad. Let him sit. I honestly think the plan is to let him sit for a year and see what that all looks like 1 year from now, and we're back to looking for a tight end on a 1-year contract.
I was surprised that he cleared waivers. Honestly, I thought he played really, really well. So the ones really of note, the first 2 are Michael Thomas and Stanley Morgan, the veterans. Locker room presence. I'm so happy that Michael Thomas is back. I'm so happy Stanley Morgan is back. And it wouldn't surprise me, since they can play up to 3 games on the active roster. It wouldn't surprise me if they had like a rotational special teams kind of thing going on. You know what I mean?
Yes. I still, though, do not understand the logic of putting Stanley Morgan on the practice squad. I don't get it. I don't understand what they're trying to do. What is this like? He is a special teamer and a good one.
Yep.
He's a very good one.
Yeah, he's very good.
What is the logic about not having him active on game day as compared to having Trey Hill active on game day? There's almost no scenario where if the center goes down, they don't put Sharping in there. And then you need a guard to go down so that you can put Sharping at guard and then bring Trey Hill in. That's all in one game. Yep. And when Trey Hill's not in, he does nothing for you. Whereas Stanley Morgan is a hot shot on special teams. I do not understand the logic of not trying to stash Trey Hill, one of the most penalized centers in the entire league, on the practice squad. Trust me, no one's going to grab him. And if you like him that much, you can pull him up tomorrow. I don't get it. I do not get it.
I don't understand. The Trey Hill one was the big head scratcher for me. I don't understand him over Stanley Morgan. I don't understand him over. I mean, they've always kept 4 safeties, so I understand why Tyson Anderson made the team over Michael Thomas.
Sure.
But I'd rather keep 5 safeties and let Trey Hill sit on the practice squad. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
At least you can rotate them into, somebody sit a spell if they need to or something.
Yeah.
Trey Hill will not see that field ever in an ideal situation. Even in a less than ideal situation, it's going to be Sharping first. I do not get it.
I don't know. I don't understand the Trey Hill thing either. I also don't understand. So, from what I heard today, Joseph Osai is obviously not going to go on IR. It seems like he's not going on PUP, but they're saying he's going to be out for 4 weeks.
Is that up to 4 weeks?
Up to 4 weeks.
Really hoping it's going to be less.
Right. Because I would
it's a high ankle sprain.
Right. But, those are brutal. I would think put him on PUP, put Stanley Morgan on the roster, and then week 4 comes back. Osai comes back healthy. And then you look at who's played. Has Trey Hill taken any steps? No. Trey Hill's on the practice squad. Something.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Or at the very least, then you have him for 4 games, and then 3 when you want to call him up, and you've got one of your core special teamers playing for 7 games out of the year. That's better than nothing, man.
The only thing I can think of is that some of these younger guys, Charlie Jones or Yosevich or DJ Ivy, DJ Turner, some of these younger defensive players were better at special teams than Stanley Morgan. I don't know. Either way, I'm happy.
Very surprised. Maybe they have more potential. That's possible. Some of these dudes are athletes. Better out the gate. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Either way, I'm happy he's back. Very happy he's back. Both of those guys, Michael Thomas, Stanley Morgan. I'm happy they're back. Kwame Lassiter was kept around. Jackson Kirkland, who I thought was really, really bad.
He was awful
this preseason. But
he has potential.
Agent,
but he is so tall. I don't think he can ever get low enough, man.
So having him back, they were able to bring back Sidney Jones the fourth, which is a big deal because he's a veteran presence in a really young cornerback room. It's him, Hilton, and Awuzie, who are the veterans. But just having him around will help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then having him also, if there's an injury at cornerback, knowing Sidney Jones is there makes me feel like, oh, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Shedrick Jackson, Bo Jackson's nephew, is back, which is fun. We mentioned Tanner Hudson, Jeff Gunter, last year's 7th-round pick, cleared waivers, signed with the practice squad. Nate Gilliam. Alan George was the first one to sign practice squad. There's another guy. I really like Alan George a lot.
Yes.
So I'm glad he's there. Dominique Davis. And then the big one, Will Greer, signed off of quarterback signed off of Dallas's sign-off waivers to our practice squad. And from my understanding, he chose Cincinnati because several teams offered.
Yes, and that's not surprising. I heard about his game. I didn't watch it personally. And then we got that signing. I came home right after work. I popped on NFL Plus, where you can do the accelerated thing, watch the whole game in like 40 minutes. Yeah. Dude balled out. Dude really, I mean, he looked really, really good. As far as the backup's concerned, I think he probably made the right choice. Put him a year or two behind Burrows, see what he can do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and would it really surprise you, halfway through the year if he's killing it in practice and they say, hey, we're going to promote you, you're going to be number 2 now?
I think it might not be halfway through the year.
Yeah, I could see that. But yeah,
I think it's a matter of like learn this playbook like back of your hand, and QB2 is your job.
I could see it. So yeah, Will Greer, it's a big one. They did leave 2 spots empty, so they haven't signed all 16. I imagine that one of those spots is Raymond. They're trying to sign Raymond Johnson III. Played really, really well at defensive end. Had a few sacks in the preseason. It's not super surprised that he got cut. I mean, that's a really loaded position room. You can't keep 12 of them. You know what I mean?
No.
But having him in the practice squad, my guess is what's happening right now is his agent is talking with other teams and the Bengals, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do.
They're seeing if somebody will guarantee him a starting spot.
Something. Or not even starting, but a 53-man spot. You know what I mean?
That's what I
okay.
I misspoke.
And then I don't know the other spot. I Drew Chrisman, maybe. I don't know if they really need a second punter.
Yeah, they run with.
I mean, if it means, but I'll say this: if Drew Chrisman doesn't get signed somewhere, and it means that he gets a job, I'd be all for just giving him practice squad. That's how much I like Drew Chrisman as a person.
Agreed.
Let him hang around. You know what I mean? Let him get a chance to go somewhere else. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I mean that's it. Their 53s here, practice squad set up for the most part. There's a couple spots that need to be filled still.
Yeah.
We got a week from you guys watching / listening to this. A week from today is the first regular season NFL game, and like 10 days till the Bengals play in Cleveland. Week 1.
All in all, you look at this 53, we are stacked. We are absolutely stacked. Top to bottom, we may be one of the best, if not the best, teams in the NFL. We are a nightmare on paper. 1. I do too. Who's number 2 for you? With 49ers, probably. Really?
Philly.
Okay.
Philly. Yeah, I think they're stacked, man.
Yeah. Wide receiving core, deep, deadly. I do think that Yoshi stepped up. I think we did not see that. Okay. Yoshi stepped up. Yoshi looks great. I love Yoshi. I'm a big fan of Yoshi. All right. I do not want this to come off like that is not true.
Okay.
But we as a fan base need to calm down. We need to calm down. I have seen hot takes about, now what do you guys think about trading T. Higgins now that we have Yoshi?
Okay.
I've seen people being like, imagine T. Higgins on one side, Yoshi on the other, Jamar Chase in the slot. How are you going to defend that? Easier than you would if Boyd was out there. That's how. Easier
sure.
than you would if Boyd was out there.
Yeah.
This guy has potential. He's progressing faster than we thought. Calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down. He is absolutely not even close to replacing one of the big three yet in any scenario.
There is not
not even a matter of like, oh, you could sub him in. It'll be a little worse than T. No, he will be a lot worse.
Right.
Than
and I'm telling you right now, if T lands weird on his leg, you got to come out for a couple snaps. They're not looking at Josievich and saying, hey, go out there. They're going, Trent Irwin, get out there.
100%.
They're not. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. And I'm excited where Yoshi could be in a year or two. I think he could actually be really good. But people watched him ball out in a couple preseason games, and they got in their feelings about it, and they got really, really excited. Calm down.
Yeah.
He is wide receiver 5. That's where he's at right now. And that is not a knock on him. He blew up. He exploded far beyond our expectations.
Yep.
He's wide receiver 5.
Jordan, that's just like Jordan Addison had a big catch for the Vikings, and everyone was like, "Oh man, like you could probably trade Justin Jefferson for like 2 firsts." So we got Addison. I was like, "What are you talking about, man?
What is
Justin Jefferson's the best receiver in the NFL?" I'm sorry, he is.
No, he is. He is. I think Chase is number 2, but Jefferson is number 1. It is what it is.
Yep.
What I feel like happens is we all don't watch football for so long.
And
then we watch preseason football, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And 1 or 2 people will stand out on that field, and we all collectively are like, look how good they are. They're so much better.
Look how good they are against guys who are going to be on the practice squad on other teams at best.
Yes.
At best. What's going to happen in week 1?
Love Yoshi. Could see him be a starter. I could see him be a starter. He is nowhere near close yet.
No, he couldn't touch.
Not on this team, he's nowhere near close.
Right.
Put it that way.
Another team, I could see situations on another team where Yoshi could be starting right now. There's other teams that are hurting for wide receivers. On this team, he's not going to sniff the field for a while.
It's T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd. You do everything in your power to keep all 3 of them on that field. Every snap if possible.
Yep.
Anyways, that's my little rant. I'm not coming down on Yoshi, but we all calm down.
Yeah, chill out.
Calm down.
No, he's doing really well. He's doing better than any of us expected. See, when I saw him as like 6'2", 215, he's got that track star speed. So my mind went right away to deep threat red zone guy. He probably can't run routes for crap. You know what I mean? That's 100%. Something you can learn, but he's an athlete, but he's tall. He might have a hard time breaking down and cutting. You know what I mean? But that's not true.
No,
that's not true at all. He's doing really well. He runs good routes. He's got good hands, but he's not T. Higgins. T. Higgins is a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just calm down, guys.
So, I know.
Calm down.
It's okay. It's okay. They're excited. They're excited.
I know, but they're excited for a player they'll probably not see for at least 8 weeks on that field.
Probably not. You know, the bad thing is everyone.
They actually probably will see him week 1. When in the fourth quarter they just sit all the starters.
30 to
what's the point? Yeah.
You
know what I mean? Just let the backups go out there and get a couple snaps.
I would love it. You know, I think that the Bengals have a top 2 roster in the NFL. I do.
Sure.
For me, the positions of concern, number 1 is tight end depth, because here's Trent Irwin, here is Irv Smith right here, okay, and then everyone else way down here. There's a big drop off between Irv Smith and Drew Sample as a pass catcher. I don't know, I'm sure Drew Sample's a better blocker, but like that concerns me. It does concern me, which is why I thought Tanner Hudson would make the team.
I did too.
I did, because I thought they'd want. Irv Smith has durability concerns from his past. I thought that they would want Hudson in there, but I don't know.
They got him on the practice squad, so that's actually almost just as good, because I don't think he would have seen the field.
No, probably not.
Really, one way or the other, much in the regular season, unless Irv Smith went down. You call him up, do what you got to do.
Yeah, but that position is thin after the starter. I mean, safety is young.
Line depth, yeah.
Line depth. The starters are good. I like DeAnte Smith. I don't trust Carmen.
No, I hate Carmen.
But I think that's pretty typical with every team.
That was the point I was going to make. There is no good O-line depth. There's only about 10 to 15 good O-lines, period.
Right.
If you had people you could comfortably start backing up, on your O-line, they would be playing. They'd be starting for another team. That is just the nature. There are not enough O-linemen in this league. There are never enough O-linemen in this league.
I think the way it is really is you have a good O-line or a bad O-line, but you don't have a deep O-line.
No,
you have a good one or a bad one. Yeah.
Yep.
Bad ones have bad backups, bad starters. You know what I mean? Good ones have good starters, mediocre to bad backups. Because if you're a good backup, you're starting somewhere else. That's just the way it is, like you said. But safety's young. I expect maybe a lapse in communication here or there where, they miss an assignment or something like that. But I think they'll make up with that with the athleticism. Other than that,
I think by week 8, roughly, right around midseason, we're going to see them really kind of gel together.
I agree.
I don't think they'll ever be what they were.
No.
That does not
Jesse
mean they
Bates
can't
and
still
Von
be
Bell
good.
Right. Jesse Bates and it might not be a strength the way Jesse Bates and Von Bell were, but it probably won't be a weakness.
Absolutely will not be a weakness.
Right.
No. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Tyson Anderson, maybe Dax Hill, maybe these guys all step up, prove me wrong. I've said it before. I love being proven wrong about these kind of things.
Sure. And then, I was a little bit concerned about defensive tackle. There's no one. DJ Reader goes out. The thing is there's no one in the league. You know what I mean? There is no depth behind DJ Reader because there's not another DJ Reader. I mean, Josh Tupou, and they can step in and help, but the fact of it is if DJ Reader got hurt and you could trade for someone, there's really no one to go get. You know what I'm saying?
That's just the nature. There's certain players in this league that you build teams around. You know what I mean?
It's just like Burrow.
Usually
Burrow
a quarterback.
Yeah.
It's usually a quarterback, so we're used to it being a quarterback. But there's others. There's other ways to do it. And this defense is built around DJ Reader. And that's just the truth. Hopefully he stays healthy because
I know
if he goes down, we are worse for it for the rest of the year. Period.
Yep.
But other than that, I'm happy, man.
The big feature on him in the Cincinnati Enquirer is great. If you haven't read it, it's great.
I have
a lot about his. It's a lot about his father, his late father, and charity, and just him growing up. And it's an incredible article. You got to check it out because you're a big DJ Reader guy. Him.
Oh,
you like it.
Huge.
And one more thing before we go here. Did you watch From Inside the Jungle?
I did. Yes.
Oh, man. So good.
No, it was very, very good.
So good.
Are you on the conspiracy train about Inside the Jungle? Are you in on it?
I don't know. What is the conspiracy?
At the end, it was like a preview for the next episode or
I saw her talking like there's some contract talk maybe.
There's a moment where she's like, so we have 25 million more to work with. And then it goes away. I'm not on the train.
Who else could it be about?
It'd be nothing but Burrow. 25 million more to work with. That's the key. Because it could be T. Higgins if you're like, we have 25 million to work with. That could be T. Higgins.
Yeah, but if we have 25 million more on top of what
it's just another drop in the bucket of a much larger sum.
Yeah.
Then that says to me that's Burrow. I also don't put it past the social media team to know that we're all anxious about Burrow. And they drop that line in there just to be like, hey, look, you guys, just so you know, and it's all kind of half made up.
That's all they're talking about. I know.
And that's fine. But I'm half on the conspiracy train because I do not know that phrasing. So we have 25 million more to work with. I just don't know what else that could be.
I don't know.
How cool would it be if they debuted Burrow's contract?
Yeah, I know.
What if he's been signed for 3 weeks?
Oh, there's no way. No way. There's no way. If he was signed, we'd know about it. There's no way they could keep that under.
There's probably some kind of they probably have to announce that stuff legally speaking. It's probably part of the way the whole thing. But what if what if he's been signed and they sign it and that's the announcement is you get to watch him sign it on the show.
Right. Oh my gosh.
God.
Be amazing.
That'd be a move.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. The whole internet, everything would just explode.
Yes,
absolutely explode. All right. You got anything else?
Nope. That's it. I want football to come back. We're so close.
So close. College football on this weekend. Some good games.
I'll probably
watch the NFL stars of tomorrow today.
Yeah, but it's like 2 of the NFL stars of tomorrow per game.
Yeah, 2 of them, 2 or 3 maybe.
You know what I mean? Like
one starter, one starter and 2 backups. Yeah, or like 3 draft picks that never really do anything. Yeah. So, all right. Well, hey, again, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe on YouTube, Orange and Black Insider, where it's us, it's Chalk Talk, it's OBI, it's Talking Football with Bengal Jim and Friends, and anywhere you get podcasts, check it out. Again, we're brought to you by SB Nation's Cincinnati Bengals website, cincyjungle.com, and Eastgate Smiles Dental Care. Kevin, thank you. Good night. Hoo day.
Hoo day.